Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Okay, so here we go with our very first vlog on our class project that we had to postpone until spring because of COVID. So we're going to talk today on what to do, the initial part of site design for, permaculture designers that are beginning projects. Maybe you got a client, maybe you got some property. So start to finish, this is first step. Step one. One of the things that we have learned to utilize are the tools and resources that are available to us for free via the internet. Now, when Mollison and Holmgren first created the concept and philosophy of permaculture with its principles and guidelines, and wrote all the books and the literature and started making movies and films and shorts, there was no internet. There was no interconnected wealth of knowledge. You didn't have access to the satellite imaging of Earth with topographical layout from the palm of your hand. We have that today. It's a tool and resource that's available to us, and it's, follows right into the permaculture principles. So we're going to start off with showing some Google Earth satellite images of the property that we were going to design for. And we're just going to start off doing a preliminary. This is just the very basics, very beginning. You have anything to say? Like, you do most of the Google stuff.
Appropriate use of technology. No.
Okay, so
Step right into it.
yeah, so basically you click on Google Maps, and or Google Earth is a better one.
Use Google Earth to see the site without ever stepping foot on it.
Or if you've only been there once or twice and you really want to get started on a design and look, or if the property is just really huge and you can't walk all of it in a reasonable amount of time, it's a good resource to use. It's a good tool to use. So Google Earth, you type in your lot number, your property address, and sometimes it'll be off by a few hundred feet, so you gotta like wiggle it around until you find the spot. But once you find your spot, you can use the tool tab to toggle topographical features, and you can actually have topographical line laid out on the property, and you can screenshot it. And there's your very, very, very basic and simple method of getting a topographical map. The other method of getting a good terrain topographical map for very low cost by buying a map book. I recommend Delorme because they have really, really great micro lines in between the major lines, and you can zoom in on where the property is and take a picture of it. And the Delorme map will also show seasonal springs and seasonal ponds in addition to regular existing water. The Google Earth will show you where the water is below the ground by where all the green lines of green plants are. So really savvy people would probably, you could do both. Spend 20 bucks and get a Delorme map book and do the Google Earth. Build your resource bank up. The more tools you have to do your site design, the better. Another resource that you can utilize is find the county that wherever the property is, if it's rural or semi-rural, find the county and see if the county has a plant biology assessor or a wildlife biology assessor who may have access to a catalog of existing plants that are already there, plants and animals that are already there, and that's a resource cache. So that way you already know what's going to be edible, what's going to be medicinal, what's going to be beneficial, and what's going to be harmful within the environment. And those are really, really great people to contact, because they can also let you in on what the county rules and regulations are for doing different site design and what you're able to develop and not.
I was just gonna say Google Maps is another resource that will let you walk around on the street, so you get a little bit more perspective than the bird's eye view.
And that's great for urban environments. Okay, so moving on, we've established our topographical map of our property here, and with this topographical map, we are going to start looking for where are the three things that we as a design firm we follow. We start off with where's the water, where are the pathways, and
Plant guilds.
where are the plant guilds in relation to the water and the pathways. And when we talk about the water, it's water that's both seen above ground in creeks and streams and ponds, but also the water that's below ground, held in aquifers and below ground bubble caches. Certain geology features allow water to be captured in bowl-like structures below the topsoil, and it's like a little puddle that everything else around it feeds off of. So where's the water? What is the pathway that the water follows? Because the pathway that the water follows through the landscape determines all of the other pathways. First off, the pathways that all of the animal biology within the landscape will follow, and they will put in natural pathways to follow the pathway of the water. And then within the pathway of the water, what is the relationship of the plant guilds from the edge of the riparian zone, or even within the water stream itself, out to the furthest point away from the edge of the riparian zone. And we'll touch on that part of site design in our next vlog, which will be step 2, water, paths, and guilds. So thanks for tuning in and following us, and to our students, thanks for being students and supporting. For those that are interested in becoming students, please email us at the email address provided on the screen. We will be more than happy to send you a information packet and student itinerary, all the other wonderful things that you're going to learn, and what's expected of you and what's expected of us come springtime, when we are able to actually do a design and build. Fingers crossed that we've beaten this pandemic by then. So until then, stay healthy, stay safe. We look forward to uploading our next vlog, and please like and subscribe. Cheers.